And we're live.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you want to find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world we're in. This is another scene for Unmask Orlando, the Werewolf the Apocalypse venue. This evening's scene is set at the heart of Aeolus, the Sept in the Ocala National Forest in Ocala, Florida. This evening's scene is set at the lake on Sept, which has become something of a gathering place for the Garu and kinfolk that some who live on Sept, some who are just visiting, passing through. And I will go through my PC intros coming to our newest member last. That way he can truly intro.
I'm writing my house.
Okay. First up we have Aiden Belmont.
What time of day is this?
It's probably mid to late afternoon.
So yeah,
It's
he'll
kind of
probably.
rainy today. Not necessarily dreary, but it is rain. Has been drizzling on and off all day. It's somewhat cooler weather because of that. Not
So yeah,
necessarily
he's
hoodie weather
probably
just yet.
He's probably around the lake, just enjoying the place, walking around right now, around the edge of the lake.
Okay. I will go to Darla next to give our two new people a chance to kind of get an idea of what we're doing. So, what is Darla doing? Our lupus.
Darla will be approaching the lake in Lupus, since it is raining. She wants her coat to help keep her dry a bit.
Okay. Up next, we have Christopher.
Chris would likely be just like kind of sitting, like probably near the shore. Not a lot of like real understanding, like what's going on, but he's just like, this is a pretty nice area. So
He would have also noticed that over the week or so he's been here that this is kind of where, the Garu gather.
mhm.
So, okay.
I'm also not sure if he's actually managed to avoid seeing Estrella.
I mean, I can make that happen. Up next, we will do our newest player to the game with his howl of introduction.
Right. An etheric howl courses through the umbra, carried on winds and dancing through the trees. I am Wendigo's justice, long arm of the law, Hamid Cliath Theurge, son of Tasha and Michael Johns, grandson of the spirits of air and ice, he who smites from distance. I seek entry into the territory.
Okay, give me just a second because I need to get a very specific overlay up. And Minicam is not being cooperative today. Of course it's not. Why would it be?
What exactly does that sound like? Because I mean, like, this would probably be one of the first ones he's heard, if not the first one he's heard.
There have been one other howl of introduction this week, I believe. Hang on. Fucking break Minicam, I swear to God.
Well, depend.
Listen, Minicam, you and me are gonna fucking fight and I will win, damn it. Okay. There we go. Finally. So, hearing that, this man approaches in Lupus because you really just don't want him to be in Hamid. He's eternally grumpy when he is in Hamid. He would approach Wendigo's Justice.
He will stand there. He's got Justice has a small paper airplane that is flying around his head and deftly just kind of moving on the breeze. And as the lupus approaches, he will bare his throat. He will lean on his spear.
He'll shift to Hamid and tap his throat. In Hamid, he looks just as grumpy as he does in his overlay.
Okay.
He looks every bit as, I don't want to be doing this.
Mm-hmm.
He has never smiled in Hobbit form.
I mean, he got one of those rare smiles when Alexei punched Darius in the face, but that's a whole other story. Welcome to the heart of Aeolus. I am David Midthunder. Needed Gaia's wrath. Born on 4 legs under the full moon. Athro of the Octena. I am the warder of this sept. Oh, you're fine.
So apparently Baby doesn't like that NPC.
Apparently not. Baby doesn't like much of anything right now. Ow! A lot of things try my patience today. Okay. We will pull out to everybody, since you've now seen his overlay. You don't necessarily need to see it anymore. He will quickly do a quick rite of cleansing and then welcome him onto the sept.
Thank you for your hospitality.
He will shift back into Lupus and then, lead you off into the sept. Kind of assuming that you're going to follow.
Yup.
And as, we're on our way to, Noah's office, you guys that are down at the fucking lake see this guy. These 2 guys. Well, this wolf and this guy.
And as he, again, there is a paper airplane that is flying around him, kind of in random circles, over the shoulder, under the shoulder. Occasionally stops and hovers.
Do the PCs react?
He'll see it. Aiden will see him kind of start moving towards the new person.
It's clear that they're headed towards Noah's office. Aiden knows where Noah's office is.
Yeah, he'll start moving towards them.
Darla's gonna follow the paper airplane.
Because Lupus.
She has no idea what in the hell that is, and it is weird.
I love Darla.
That is amazing.
I love Darla. She is my favorite.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, Deani is also I have a lot of favorites, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, you already said
Thank you
it.
for the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
Darla is my favorite Lupus. How is that? There. Hey, stop that. But yes, they make their way to Noah's office, which David once again begrudgingly shifts into Hamid to open the door.
I mean, Aiden will probably open the door so that David doesn't have to turn Hamid. Just smile at him. There you go. Don't have to turn Hamid.
Yeah. Also, Wendigo's Justice would notice that he doesn't bother to knock at all.
Mm-hmm.
And come on.
Yeah, Chris just kind of stood up and started following. He's just like, okay, I guess we're going somewhere.
Yeah, Aiden just opens the door, goes, so, hey,
Apparently
going.
streaming switching overlays today.
Oh, bother.
Because everything's...
Ugh.
Noah's up at least.
Well, I see Noah.
Okay, good. You guys can see Noah, because I can't. I'm still seeing David. Awesome.
Noah's up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you see...
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well,
Noah
this is-
disappeared.
Well, this is gonna get real awkward. Oh, the new guy was also walking with a spear.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll say that on the way then, Aiden will say, so, hi, Aiden Belmont. Might as well go through the whole thing. Cub born under 2 legs, galliard of the nation. What's with the flying? What's with the paper plane that's like flying itself?
Sheminage.
Neat. What does it do?
I'm
Except-
providing a spirit sheminage.
Darla is trying to sniff it.
Thank you.
Just
It is-
for the record, Aiden would have been explained what chiminage is.
Yeah.
That's one of the very basic things you're going to learn as a cub. Even Christopher would have been explained to what chiminage is right already. So.
Okay.
So as you sniff it, it is smoky. It's a little earthy. There's notes of coal, maybe some ash. The air around him is very cold.
Does it react in any way?
Nope.
And Darla's gonna lightly try to tap it with a paw.
The paper airplane will change direction suddenly, and the air goes awkwardly just straight upwards.
I don't think it like that.
Don't touch my talons.
Okay.
I'm trying to make a spirit happy.
Do you have a name you use when you go, out in human society?
Elias Johns. He does have fame of one. He is an Olympian. He has been in 2 Olympics.
Olympics, well, sport. He does sport, but he doesn't follow it all that much, so he probably hasn't.
He's a field games, so
Okay.
javelin, hammer toss, discus, pole vault.
Actually, I'm going to. What were the Olympic years?
Actually, I think there's supposed to be one in 2000, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, this will be his. He just completed his second because the Olympics ended recently.
Yeah, that was the summer in 2000.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's 96 and 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, if the Olympics just ended, then he'll probably go. Don't I know your name?
I don't know. Maybe. Do you?
Yeah, they actually would have ended
Somewhere.
20 days ago.
Does Aiden follow field events? Most people
I mean,
don't.
he probably seen the name. Like, he probably just keeps up to who wins. So if you were if you won the event, he probably.
He did not win the event.
Oh, okay.
Did he place?
He did not medal.
Ah,
Okay.
He was in 4th, but he did not medal.
okay. Let me see. Why does it want to spell field incorrectly?
I don't know.
And he'll turn. So, Chris, how are you dealing with, being a Well, I don't want to say the W word, so I'm just going to say guru.
Well, it's a learning process. It feels like I've got to basically rewrite my own brain sometimes.
Yes.
Or that it's not rewriting my brain, but things that didn't make sense prior now make more sense. It's strange. That's probably the best explanation I've got for you right now.
What have they found out what moon you're born under?
Yes, full moon.
Ah. Magnificent.
Yeah, well, it definitely does help explain why I got sent to so many anger management classes.
Nods. That generally will. Having a divine furnace in your soul tends to do that.
And you're pure breed. Now that I can smell it better, that explains why, me and the guys kind of like you so much.
Yeah, well, I mean, what are the chances, like, that 2 people would have been able to go unnoticed like that?
Breed TLI, I'm guessing.
Pretty easy.
Is Shayna back yet?
Yes.
Is that yes?
The overlay is here.
Probably trying to get everything back set up.
Yeah. Say it looks like she's here, but I don't know if she's actually here.
No, she
Nope.
probably connected and it dropped out again.
Looks like what was happening the other day to you is happening to her.
Yep, that's exactly it. This happened to me the other day. I kept freezing and dropping, and it wouldn't work correctly. My whole computer freaked out. It's kind of happening to her as well. So,
Which is interesting because it is a pretty new computer.
mm-hmm.
Oh well. In case I'll get it. Just in case, I'll start getting another StreamYard ready in case we need to make another one.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know. I was gone for like 15 minutes the other day, and the StreamYard was still live. So we'll see.
What the heck are you trying to do? So this cube, if you manage to hit all of the
Somebody's got some background noise coming in. So how long ago did you change? Looking at Christopher.
I changed almost 2 weeks ago now.
How are you dealing with that?
Well, it's still a bit blurry, but I can honestly say that my filter's engaged. Not like that night, according to what I heard.
I mean, you'll never understand what happened that night.
Well, more that I tend to be a little bit more careful with my words unless I'm angry, and I teased Luke a little bit too much,
Mm-hmm.
especially in front of people that were strangers, which normally I don't do. I mean, if it was just Luke and his mom, that'd be one thing, but all those strangers, I went a little too far.
It's great seeing you again. Never thought.
Well, I mean, it's not like there's a surefire way to tell. So, I mean,
True. Never crossed your mind I was a werewolf, huh? A smile.
well, I mean, if it had you, I would have probably been badgering you with questions like, so what does this do? What does this do? Like, I mean, the books that I've read in the library were interesting, but just from a couple of conversations while I was learning more, it's just like makes you wonder how much of it was purposeful misinformation.
I'm pretty sure a lot of it was just said by some ragabash that thought it would be funny. Like the whole becoming a werewolf by biting.
Yeah, well, media doesn't always show the supernatural in the greatest light either.
I know. We're always bad guys. That's just wow.
Well, it's either bad guys or the poor victim who ends up taking their own life or something. Like there was a TV series I was watching. There was this guy who they had a story where this guy was a werewolf who had a transformation, accidentally killed a bunch of people, and was in jail. He asked to be put in a prison cell without windows so that he couldn't transform under the light of a full moon. The jailers ignored him, and he transformed and he died. Now, the story was apparently false, but I mean, if that's something that people think can be plausible, that doesn't exactly put us in the greatest light.
I mean, there are some who can only change under a full moon
Well,
when
sure.
they see the moon.
But they at least have the time of the moon partially correct. But we'll never fully understand. The delirium prevents that.
I watched something on the image box that had a nice werewolf in it.
Do you remember the name?
It was a really short guy. It was on there's a woman, I think her name starts with a B. And it had a tiny guy who would be a werewolf, and he was mating with the witch.
There was a small being who was a werewolf who was mating with a witch.
So Aiden is 5'4". He just goes, they made a movie about me.
AFK for a minute.
The it's still on.
Huh.
Got the she kills main character kills vampires, which is why I started watching it.
Buffy?
Yes, the main person. Her name is Buffy.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Short guy.
He changes during the full moon, but he's nice when he's not.
How tall is Darla in Hamid? Has Chris seen her in Hamid?
Yeah, she goes back and forth. She's probably like 5'6", 5'4".
Okay.
5'4", 5'6".
Well, Oz is played by Seth Green, and Seth Green is 5'4". So I'm not sure if he'd classify as short.
When you see him on TV compared to everyone else on the show,
True.
he looks really short.
Yeah, because Sarah is how tall? Like maybe 5'8" at least. Oh no! What? She's 5'4". Probably the heels.
Probably.
Yeah. Of course, considering what I know about the nation, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody that was part of the nation was involved in the creation of it. Because I mean, staking vampires, killing them, calling them demons. Seems like a good campaign against them.
I always
Possible.
thought he was awful skinny for an Arun. I'm assuming since he changed in
And I'm back.
the full moon, he was Arun.
Okay, I think I'm back.
Hooray!
Hear you.
We hear you.
Jesus. That was entirely more complicated than it fucking needed to be. Okay. Anyway.
So we're having our
That's fine.
characters bullshit.
Yeah,
bullshit
we were
on the
talking.
way
We were
back.
talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh dear. Considering we use several people from that show as face claims.
Right? Shit, I didn't even consider that.
Nope. I mean, I'm
Other
playing
people were playing them.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh,
well.
Actually, what I found
I-
interesting was Sarah Michelle Gellar was also played Faith.
Anywho.
No. I used Giles as a Black Sparrow dancer.
Oh, that's cruel.
So,
Yeah.
you guys were discussing Buffy.
Uh-huh.
Okay, last, I left was, Noah.
Yes, the door opens to Noah's office.
Yes, Noah would stand up and move around his desk. He would kind of look down at David, who would, just without a half growl before, walking away. Because this is his job, not mine. I'm just supposed to, take care of the sept. This is your job. Noah will come over and extend a hand.
He will. Justice will extend his hand in return. And he will
Noah
also
will-
bare his throat.
Yeah, Noah will tap his throat and then shake his hand. And he will he will sign as he speaks. My name is Noah Nighthorse, deeded Wormbane. I am the alpha of the Heart of Aeolus. Would you shut up? Born on 2 legs under the gibbous moon. Adrian to the nation of the Wendigo. I welcome you to the Heart of Aeolus.
He'll bow his head. And he will, when he speaks, he won't go slow, but he will make sure his enunciation is clear.
Yeah, as long as he enunciates, no, it's fine. 5 dots in fucking lip reading.
Thank you for offering me hospitality and permission to enter your territory.
He nods.
Thank you for allowing me to be here. Shall I and he repeat my howl?
No. I can, on that side, I can perceive.
He'll nod.
God damn it.
Oh boy.
Damn it.
And there we go again.
Yep. Is this the first time that he's met Noah? Chris, it is.
Lindsay?
I'm
mean,
not sure.
I mean, like, is there like a thing where like the Cubs get introduced to like the council and everything, or is it more of a convenience? Like, oh, yeah, and by the way, here's the alpha.
more of the latter, honestly. There's no like formal sort of meeting. It's just as they happen to come along, pull them aside and they can meet them. So I think that he probably would have met Noah by now, though. He's pretty hands-on that way, like especially when Cubs are new to the Sept and stuff like that. So
Okay. So, would he say? Would Chris say like alpha, or would he say Raya, or would it be like, or would it just be?
it would. Noah would have told him to call him Noah.
Okay. So some are all for the propriety, and
most of the most of the elders or most of the higher ranking Garu don't really care too much for all of the proper formality all the time, like maybe in a more formal meeting setting, that kind of thing. But it gets exhausting to hear that all the time. Like, just call me by my name. That's
For fuck's sake.
That's what most of them want. So
Are you back for good?
I hope
Maybe.
so.
hopefully.
I am having all the fucking technical difficulties today.
Now you understand my frustration from the other day.
Yes, I do. You were having this same problem the other day. Okay. So, Noah was about to offer a tour of the Sept.
He will take it.
Okay. He will grab a set. He will look at him. Do you have a place to stay, or do you need one?
I'm transferring in. I'll be going to the university.
He nods. Means he doesn't need a place on Sept, so he doesn't have to grab the keys.
I have room and board.
Good. Then he will turn back and head out with him and probably the gaggle of other werewolves to give a tour of the Sept.
Darla's more following the paper airplane than the group.
Chris honestly has no idea what to do, so he's just like, I'm going to follow like the one person I actually know.
Which is Aiden.
Yep.
So he will follow. The paper airplane is going to remain slightly above his head and slightly out of Hamid reach for the one that's trying to reach for it.
Darla was in Lupus.
Yeah, Darla's in Lupus.
Right, but what I'm saying is making a rough guess based off of the size of her lupus.
Oh, okay.
What she would be in Hamid, and then just
slightly higher.
Just slightly higher.
She wants to pounce and bite that thing so bad.
Yeah, Noah, he will first explain that, this particular building contains the offices of himself, the Beta, and the Elder Council.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are needed for anything, this is where they can be found most days during, typical business hours.
Gotcha.
He will show you where the former Truth Catcher's office is, but she also runs legal services for Garu and Kin.
Mm-hmm.
And he will show you the lake, because that's kind of, the main gathering place. There's a dock, there's a couple of playgrounds scattered around the lake edge for kids, because they do get, a lot of kids on this set.
Mm-hmm.
Show you the apartments.
Okay.
He will eventually bring you to the Cairnheart, which is somewhat difficult to get to. It is in a cave off the lake.
Okay.
For those that have any kind of spirit heritage, it will be showing at the moment because the veil is so thin.
We're in a shallowing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as he walks, small clouds of dust appear at his feet. Ice kind of shimmers and trickles off of his back. There's a persistent kind of like swirling in of his hair, as if it's in a light breeze. And his eyes glow red like embers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the occasional like plant sprouts. There we go. I think I got it all.
As long as your spirit heritage is above 3, it will manifest in the Umbra, which technically you are in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Chris's wouldn't even show in any form.
No, yours is only 1.
Yeah.
It might have a mild.
Yeah, there might be, the ever so slight hint of, icy breath.
Yeah. Like as you exhale, sometimes you might get that icy breath.
Yes, you will show a bit of an affinity to it. It is only prominent at 3 and above.
Okay.
But people can look at you and tell that, oh, ice spirits adopted this one. So it's just not showing very strongly right now.
Would this be like one of the first, the first time he's actually been in there? Because if it is, he'd be like, "Wait, why is my breath so visible?"
I'll look over and just kind of squint, sniff.
That's called spirit heritage.
I have an affinity for sniff, sniff, stare, sniff, sniff. I cannot read your overlay.
Oh, here, I'll pop it up.
Okay.
It's ice.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Close to my tribe.
I'm assuming they've told you how, Werewolf and human, and also part spirit.
Sorry, I missed part of that.
I'll say I'm assuming they've told you how we're part human, part wolf, and also part spirit.
Yeah, I think
Yep,
those.
that would have been briefly explained to him initially by, probably Celeste,
Mhm.
because she is a Theurge.
Well, your spirit part is stronger. Particularly spirits, which I'm guessing spirits of cold or ice or something like that with you, or mist, maybe adopted you.
Next time
He kind of looks over at him. Noah does.
Mhm.
We could have someone perform a rite of heritage. It would tell us who your Garu family is.
Chris just kind of turns to face Noah directly, and he just says that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
He nods. I'll talk to the Den Mothers when we return. I do apologize for small child noises.
Is that Caden?
No, Caden's like 3, so.
So this is the Cairn Heart.
Yes.
And it is...
It is a fog, Cairn.
Okay.
That's why the sept is called the Heart of Aeolus.
Yeah. He will take out a small piece of paper. He will write something on it. And then he will put it at the heart of the Cairn Stone.
He nods. This is about the last, I suppose, place of interest on Sept. The rest is all a lot of bogs, truth be told. A lot of swampland.
Well, that's what we like. It. My home sept. Or the sept where I was raised and trained is in the middle of the mountains. So I'm used to forest and rock and waterfall and swamp.
Good. You should have no problems here.
What sept did you come from?
Sept of the Mountain Watch. It's northern Georgia.
Interesting. So, may I ask what brought you here?
Going to college. Got a full ride.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Any school wants to have an Olympian on their team.
You're an Olympian?
Ah, you should speak with one of our Black Fury kin, Leia Gabris. She just competed in the gymnastics events in the Summer Olympics.
I watched your match. Impressive. But yes, I have a life to prepare for. I can't just be an athlete my entire life, and Home Depot's pay only goes so far.
This is very true.
What are you going to be studying?
I don't know yet. I'm on a free ride, and I'm going to ride that train until we hit the station.
Colleges have trains?
It's a metaphor. Oh shit, I'll have to explain what a metaphor is.
Some do.
I know what a metaphor is.
Oh, okay, good.
But
Still don't
yes,
understand why you use them so much.
Sometimes it's easier to speak less words and get our meaning across.
But it confuses people.
That it does.
Mostly me.
that's because you're still learning, dear. Admittedly, you're doing a lot better than you were.
It's very confusing because you don't say what you mean.
I can see that.
Wait, I got it. You have to wrap up everything you say in a package. That's a metaphor, right?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I'm getting the hang of this.
I mean, didn't really ever have any doubt that you wouldn't.
Anyway, I should probably get back to my office.
Who is the local rights master?
You will be looking for Seeker of the Ancient Ways. She is a Lieutenant Lupus.
Nods. I have things to discuss.
He nods. Aiden, you would know better how to find Seeker at the moment.
I can find her. Not sure where she is right now. Oh, well,
I
I can
mean,
ask.
Go
Well,
find
yeah,
Scott. Go find Scott. She'll be with him.
I have his number. And he'll take it out. Yeah, going, yo, Scott, where you at?
Oh god, let's see if I can get through changing overlays without
Let's not
many. You know what? Yeah,
another
Yeah,
time.
I can set up another scene, Austin.
Oh, it's
yeah.
we're
I'm
nearing.
just gonna switch to that one. I'm not gonna fucking tempt fate.
Yeah, I'll get in touch with Austin and we'll set up another scene. It's okay.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I have one open. I have one that I can just open if you want.
It won't be tonight.
It won't be tonight.
Yeah, I did
Austin is
figure it
going
would
to
be. I
bed.
figured you were probably nearing the time where you need to go. So
Yes.
True.
yes.
We have a couple of follow-up scenes to do if Minicam doesn't decide to, be a total douche. So,
Yep, we do.
but yes, at that, Noah will fuck off back to his office because I swear to God, he's never in his fucking office anymore because there's so many fucking new people. He's always given a fucking tour lately.
There should be a designated tour guide after a certain point.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
That's either a den parent or the warder.
That's
No,
the warder do it.
Nope. Nope, it's not.
David would lose his
I mean-
shit.
I mean, we could have Dev do it.
We could have Dev do it and be like, "You're the beta. Here you go."
That would be great.
It would. Fucking grumpy ass Arun.
He's not,
Anywho,
you know,
he's not
she's
as bad as David.
Nope, he's not.
And David's only grumpy when he's in Lupus. I mean, when he's in Hamid, so. Anywho's,
Let's open
does
another.
anyone have any other declarations that need to be made? Would you hush? Noisy? Take that as a no.
No.
Nope.
But yeah, we have a couple of follow-up scenes that need to happen, so
Mhm.
I will call this scene to a close. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene for Unmask Orlando. We'll see you next time.